Hello students, welcome back to my class. I am Mohammad Asim, your English teacher. Today I am going to teach you English grammar. In English grammar, I have chosen the topic finite and non-finite verbs. Finite and non-finite verbs. Today's topic is finite and non-finite verbs. As we know that action words are called the verbs. First of all, let us see verbs. Action words are called the verbs. For example, we can say I play. Play is the action word. That's why it is the verb. We say I go to the market. Go is the action word. That's why go is the verb. I write a letter. Write is the action word. That's why write is the verb. So verbs are action words. Action words are called the verbs. Now let us see about finite and non-finite verbs. Verbs can be divided into two parts. Verbs can be divided into two parts. Number one, finite verbs, and number two, non-finite verbs. Finite verbs and non-finite verbs. So a verb can be divided into two parts, finite verbs or non-finite verbs. Now these non-finite verbs can also be divided into three parts, into three kinds. Number one, infinitives. Number two, participles. Number three, gerunds. So non-finite verbs can also be divided into three kinds. Number one, infinitives. Number two, participles, and number three, gerunds. Now this participle can also be divided into three kinds. This participle can also be divided into three kinds. Number one, present participle. Present participle. Number two, past participle, and number three, perfect participle. Perfect participle. So the verbs can be divided into two kinds, finite verbs and non-finite verbs. Now these non-finite verbs can be divided into three kinds, infinitives, participles, and gerunds. Now this participle can also be divided into three kinds, that is present participle, past participle, and perfect participle. So this is the diagram of the kinds of verbs. You will draw this diagram in your copy. Okay? So this is the structure, this is the diagram of the kinds of verbs. Now we will discuss all the verbs, finite verbs and non-finite verbs, one by one in this class. First of all, finite verbs. Finite verbs. Finite verbs tells us about the tense of a sentence. It also tells us about the person and number. A finite verb tells us about tense, person and number. It also changes. Here we can say that a finite verb changes according to the person, tense and number. Okay, so let us see that finite verbs tell us about the tense of the verb full stop. Finite verbs also show number and person. So finite verbs tell us about the tense of the verb and they also show number and person. For example, John and Divya teach in a school. Full stop. Teach is the finite verb. This tells us the tense of the verb, tense of the sentence. The tense is simple present tense. It changes according to the subject, according to the number, according to the person, according to the tense. It changes. The finite verb changes itself according to the number, person and tense. For example, the subject is plural, that's why it is teach. If the subject is singular, Divya teaches in a school. Now if the number is changed, here the number is plural, here the number is singular. The number is changed. Because of the change of the number, the finite verb also changes. So finite verb changes itself according to the person, number and tense. Let us see one more example according to the tense. For example, Divya taught in a school. Here taught is the past tense. The verb changed because of the tense. Taught is the simple past tense. Tells us that the sentence is in simple past tense. So we can say that finite verbs changes themselves according to the tense, person and number. So this is finite verb. Now let us see non-finite verbs. The next one is non-finite verbs. Non-finite verbs do not change their tense, number and person according to the sentence. Here you can say according to the subject of the sentence. They remain the same. In all conditions. Either the subject is singular, plural, either the tense is present, past or future. But non-finite verb never changes. They remain the same. So you can say that non-finite verbs do not change their tense, number and person and person according to the subject of the sentence they remain the same. So non-finite verbs do not change their tense, number and person according to the subject of the sentence. They remain the same. For example, Geeta enjoyed dancing. Here dancing is the non-finite verb. Enjoyed is the finite verb. So enjoyed can be changed according to the number, person or tense, but dancing will never be changed. For example, we can say Geeta enjoys dancing. Now we have changed the tense. If we are going to change the tense, the finite verb also changes, but non-finite verb never changes. Okay, so this is the non-finite verb. Now let us see the kinds of finite verbs, non-finite verbs. Kinds of non-finite verbs. Kinds of non-finite verbs. Do you know the kinds of non-finite verbs? I have just told you in the beginning of the class about non-finite verbs, kinds of non-finite verbs, with the help of the diagram. Is there anybody? Okay, so there are three kinds of non-finite verbs. There are three kinds of non-finite verbs. Who can tell me those three kinds? Try yourself. Number one, infinitives. Number two, participles. And number three, gerunds. So, kinds of non-finite verbs. Non-finite verbs can be divided into three kinds. Number one, infinitives. Number two, participles. And number three, gerunds. So these are the three kinds of non-finite verbs. Now let us see these three kinds one by one. First one is infinitives. An infinitive is the plain form of the verb consisting of two plus verb. For example, I went to the market to buy a pen. Here to buy is the infinitive. It is non-finite verb, infinitive. Okay, when it is the finite verb, it will be changed according to the person, number and tense. And to buy is the non-finite verb. To buy is the non-finite verb, that's why it will not be changed according to the number, person and tense of the subject. Okay, so this is infinitive. Note, infinitives which are used without to infinitives which are used without to are called bare infinitives. Bare infinitive. So infinitives which are used without to are called bare infinitive. वो infinitive जो बगैर to के यूज होते हैं उनको हम bare infinitive कहते हैं. For example, help me clean my room. Help me clean my room. In this sentence, clean is the infinitive and it is used without to. यहाँ पर clean जो क्या है, infinitive है, ये बगैर to के यूज किया गया है. That's why this is the bare infinitive. The finite verb is help. We can use only one finite verb in a simple sentence, and if there are more than one verb in a simple sentence, we will change all other verbs into non-finite verbs. Only one verb will be finite, which is going to play the work of main verb. Okay, so help is the finite verb and clean is the non-finite verb, and it is infinitive. It is used as infinitive, bare infinitive. bare infinitive क्यों है? क्योंकि clean जो verb है उससे पहले to नहीं लगाया गया है. अगर infinitive में to नहीं लगता है तो उसको हम क्या कहते हैं? bare infinitive कहते हैं. Now let us see the next one. Number 2 is participles. Participles. Participles are derived from verb and may act as adjective. Okay, participles are derived from verb and may act as adjective. Participle को verb से बनाया जाता है. As I told you, all non-finite verbs are made up of the main verbs by changing of the main verbs. So participles are also derived from the verbs and they may act as adjective. Participles can be divided into 3 kinds. So as I told you, kinds of participles. There are 3 kinds of participles. 3 kinds of participles. There are 3 kinds of participles. Number 1, present participle. Present participle. Verbs ending in ing are called present participle, are called present participles. Okay, so verbs ending in ing are called present participles. It means we form present participle by adding ing into the verb. verb में ing लगा करके हम present participle बनाते हैं, उसको फॉर्म करते हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, द barking dog chased the stranger. The barking dog chased the stranger. Here barking is the present participle, ing form by, it is formed by adding ing form. So the barking dog chased the stranger. This is non-finite verb. Chased is the finite verb. Chased will be changed according to the subject, number and person, but this barking will never be changed according to the number, person and tense. It is acting as an adjective. For example, dog is the noun. It is describing the noun. That's why a word that is used to describe noun or pronoun is called the adjective. A barking dog, the barking tells us that it is an adjective. Okay, now let us see the next one. Second one is past participle. So past participles are verbal adjectives. Verbal adjectives which use the verb in third form. So past participles are the verbal adjectives which use the verb in third form. Past participle भी verbal adjectives ही होते हैं जिसमें हम verb की third form का use करते हैं. So the third form of main verb is also called the past participle form of verb. For example, there was a broken car. There was a broken car. Broken is the past participle form of main verb. It is used as past participle adjective. Why is it adjective? Because car is the noun and it is used to describe the noun. That's why this is adjective and this is past participle. Past participle, and it is acting, it is functioning as an adjective. Okay, so this is past participle. Now let us see the third one. The third one is perfect participle. Perfect participle. Having plus third form of main verb, third form of verb is called perfect participle. Is called perfect participle. Okay, having plus third form of verb is called perfect participle. For example, having completed my work, having completed my work, I went out, I went out. So having completed, having plus third form of the verb, it is used in perfect participle. If there is having plus third form of main verb, it means that is perfect participle. So this is the example of perfect participle. The of non-finite verb is gerund. Gerunds are derived from verb and function as nouns. So gerunds are the words which are derived from verbs and function as nouns. They are also formed or created by adding ing into the verb. इनको भी हम verb में ing लगा करके बनाते हैं. gerund भी ing लगा करके जो है बनाए जाते हैं verb पे. For example, प्रेजेंट पार्टिसिपल भी ing लगा कर बनाए जाते हैं और gerund भी. बट present participles are not used as noun and gerunds are used as nouns. Okay, so we can say that smoking is injurious to health. Smoking is used as subject in the sentence and it is functioning as the noun. Okay, so this is the gerund. We form the gerund by adding ing into the verb. So gerunds are derived from verbs and they function as nouns. So smoking in this sentence is the gerund. Now the class of finite and non-finite verb is completed. For today my class is over. Thank you. Have a nice day.